How many of you have seen live theater before? Did you know that the world's most technologically advanced theater in the world is located just 2.5 hours away from ISU campus? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Hale Center Theater. Hale Theater has 5 locations, but its world-renowned $80 million facility is located in Sandy, Utah. Why is it so famous, you might ask? Well, I'm going to enlighten your minds and talk about 3 key factors to Hale Theater's success. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Madison Johnson. I started performing at the age of 5. I started acting when I was 10, and I worked as a lead theater technician at a local theater company for 6 years. I also have my own experience with Hale Theater, as I've been on tours, I've been to their shows, I've talked to their faculty and staff, and I actually know quite a bit about the theater. So, what are these 3 success factors? 1, their incredible stage. 2, their top-of-the-line fly system. And 3, the workshops where the magic happens. Let's begin and find out more about this incredible stage. First, their stage, which is provided by Tate Tower Technologies and is one of a kind. There is no other stage like this in the world. It is a round 24-foot circle that seats 900 people, has a 360 view, and is made of 300 tons of steel, as you can see in this photo. It has several different layers and capabilities and movements. It was created by Tate Tower Technologies, which is the world's leader in fine line events construction, design, and solutions. $20 million of the $80 million that went into this facility went to the stage. And I have a quote from the manufacturer about some of the different movements that this stage can do. According to Tate Technologies, it has 47 axes of motion, 8 vomitory lifts, 1 front and 1 rear lift, 4 quad lifts, 2 large crescent lifts on opposing sides, each individually controlled and move at a speed of 1 foot per minute and spin at 3 revolutions per minute in either direction. It also has a center column that moves up and down at 4 feet per second and spins at 6 revolutions per minute. It has 2 slipcover floors, as you can see in this photo, that moves at over 4 feet per second, and this stage uses over 130 motors and can lift up to 500,000 pounds. And this is just photos of the different layers. This is where the slipcovers open up. So what makes this all possible? Well, Hale Theater stage is actually hydraulic. And for my visual aid, I've created a model of a scissor lift out of cardboard and syringes. This syringe here is a piston. I've dyed the water purple so that you can see. As the pressure from the water is inserted into the piston, it makes the piston move, which then lifts the machine, which is mechanical energy. So the pressure lifts it, and then if I reduce the pressure and extract the water, it goes back down and retracts, which is similar to Hale Theater's, but it's slightly different because Hale Theater's pistons are arranged in a circle and they fire at different times, which causes the motor to spin, which then turns the spirals, which spiral up and stack on top of each other, which allows the stage to grow. So, the stage has up to 20 feet of vertical travel, which made the overall structure 40 feet due to some environmental issues, which were structural challenges, because there's actually an aquifer directly at the stage level, so they have to permanently dewater that, and they use the water from this aquifer to pump into their hydraulic stage, and they also use it in their beautiful fountain in the front, and they pump up to 200 gallons per minute. And obviously there's a lot of water pressure going on here, so they have a 36-inch concrete wall around the structure to protect it from the pressure and keep it from floating off of the foundation. So, once they are done with this water, it goes back into the Salt Lake Reservoir. Not only does the Hale Theater have a beautiful stage, they also have a top-of-the-line fly system. For my second main point, in addition to their hydraulic stage, Tate Towers actually provided 2 crane trolleys. These are photos of them. They can each carry up to 16 individual pieces, which raise, lower, and spin. And undoubtedly, there is incredible capabilities to this. They can go across the entire 120-foot span of the theater at 3 feet per second, and they spin at 3 rotations per minute. They pick up their loads from the loading zones, and unquestionably, these heavy loads require heavy-duty equipment, which is where the winches and cables come in. Each crane has 8 hoists. 4 of them are high capacity, which hold 1,000 pounds each, and 4 of them are winch rotates, which hold up to 500 pounds each, and altogether this is 6,000 pounds on each crane, which they have 2 of, and they move at 6 feet per second. And these are just some photos of some of the things that they've brought down with their lifts. All of their sets come from above or from below. And I was actually at this show of Matilda, and it was really incredible because all of a sudden there are children coming down from the sky on these balloon swings, and it's just incredible. And I don't know how well you can see these photos, but in this one, this Hunchback of Notre Dame, this is the bell tower, and these little tiny bells up here are actually 6 feet tall, so these pieces are massive. So, finally, how does this all come together? Well, it wouldn't be possible without the incredible people in the workshops. So, Hale Theater has teams of people in different workshops that each play a role. Let's take a look at some of them. First, we'll start with the costume and wigs department. So, they have an incredible costume shop, which is every seamstress's dream, and they have everything. They have all the tools you could imagine, and they design all of their costumes. They have over 15,000 costumes, which are stored in one massive room. They have an entire room dedicated to making wigs, and their room for fabrics is 3 stories tall, all color-coded, similar things for all their ribbons and beads. They also have on-site laundry, because obviously that is a lot of laundry to do. Of course, they have practice rooms for vocals and choreography. They have some on-site. This is a photo of one. This is their vocal instructor. But they also have some that are off-site with a mock stage. It's just the stage with all the different sections taped off, so they get a feel and perspective for the stage before they hop on the real thing and start moving in different directions. So, next up is animatronics and pyrotechnics, which bring the performance to life. Do you need a cupboard that shoots drawers out of it? They've got that. Do you need guns that fire real sparks but don't injure anybody? They have those too. If you need a 13-foot, 1-ton chandelier with a mile of crystal, 60,000 individual beads, 72 light fixtures, 18 pyrotechnic effects, 5 fog machines, 72 cherub sculptures, and drops at 6 feet per second, Hale Theater can do just that. This is their chandelier from Phantom. They also have all of their props on site, which are all stored in this huge, and I mean huge room. On the tour, it actually took us 10 minutes to get through this entire room. It is massive. Next up, I want to talk about their sets. Despite how these sets may appear all wood, these are boats, they look like they're made of wood. Well, they're not. And that's Hale's secret. All of their sets are made of aluminum. Why? Because they're lightweight, they're durable, and they actually make money off of them because they sell them to Coca-Cola Company. And in fact, if you are drinking a canned Coca-Cola product in the state of Utah, you are drinking right out of a Hale Theater set. And one of the things that makes this more difficult is because aluminum requires arc welding, which is actually very difficult, but Hale Theater has 3 individuals capable of this. Next up, let's talk about the tech booth. They have top-of-the-line everything. Top-of-the-line mics by Soundheim. They have top-of-the-line lights, which have moving. They're gobos. They have patterns, every color you want, and they are just incredible. Their sound actually has hearing loop technology, which gives them sound directly into the hearing aids of patrons, and their soundboard is by my favorite manufacturer, Midas and Behringer. They also have the best lights, which are done on the Casio console, which is also top of the line. Their wondrous stage is also controlled from the tech booth. These 2 screens have different cues. You just hit the go button when you're ready for your cue, And this just shows the different specs on the stage. What part of the stage are you moving? What direction is it going? How fast is it going? And it's all controlled on this control panel, again provided by Tate Technologies. They also have their fly system controls, which is actually located on the 4th above ground story. So their fly system is also controlled with LED screens. These two have the cues, again with your cue control panel from Tate Technologies, but they also have an infrared camera on this screen so that they can see what's happening down below on the stage in case of an emergency if they need to stop. And they pick up their loads from loading zones like these, and they load their aerialists or set pieces onto them. In conclusion, all these pieces are 3 key factors into Hale Theater's success. And today, you have learned all about the world's most technologically advanced theater and their one-of-a-kind stage and their top-of-the-line fly system. They are really taking things to the next level and to new heights, literally, and none of it would be possible without the people that work in their fantastic workshops. I hope you have enjoyed learning about this facility and that you have a greater appreciation for technical theater. Let me just get my flashcards here. They're kind of a mess. Everything's abbreviated, so I don't even know how close to hold this up to the camera. That one, this one's double-sided. And then, where's number 3? This is my quote. And then we've got this one. I had to cross some of these out because my speech was way too long when I first recorded this. 7.